Hey everybody, back up in San Francisco, driving through town. Thought I would shoot a little more stuff, killing some time. Trying to find some coffee. Looks like lots of shit's closed. Usually the sidewalks don't roll up too early here, but being it's hump day, kind of a dead night appears. Some places choose to close early, so I may not be able to find a decent coffee place. It's usually open till like somewhere between 10 and midnight. It's already close to 10, I think. Let's see here. Oh, no, it's a little later than that now. 11:13 p.m. It's 49 degrees, so it's quite warm here. Plus it's windy, so you got the wind chill. But hey, it's San Francisco. What are you gonna do? Just had a nice spot here near where I parked of Transamerica building at night. And I forgot the name of the building next to it, but I always think of Barad-dûr, the tower in Lord of the Rings, because it has these little spires. It'd be perfect for the Eye of Sauron to go right in the middle of that. Look at that. Between those two posts right there. Yeah, nice shot of Transamerica building. I'm trying not to zoom in too much while I'm talking. I noticed there's a weird thing in YouTube, probably intentionally, where the the microphone drops out. I think it might actually have a smart kind of a shotgun mic effect, trying to catch what's in front of the camera further, so it rejects more of the back of the camera. That's what I'm guessing, but I haven't experimented with it too much. But last couple videos I shot where I zoomed in a lot, you could barely hear me. So that's all it was, and not some other dumb glitch. Anyway, down the steep streets, we're at Telegraph Hill here. If you go this way, you can see the Bay Bridge peeking through the trees over there. And behind over here is Coit Tower. So there's actually a dead end up there where it's just a steep drop off. That little corner. The stairs going down, where you can hike all the way down several flights of steps down toward the ferry building on Embarcadero Road. Nice shot of what do we got here? So you got the moon, we got it's Jupiter next to the moon, so we've got a bit of conjunction right now. And then over here in the middle of Gemini is Mars, right there. Venus is already down, or at least down from my point of view, behind the buildings. So yeah, got a couple planets and a moon right there. But yeah, it's pretty dead down here. Driving through here, so dead I found a parking spot actually pretty easily. Usually it's impossible this time of night to get any parking here at all. Part of the problem is you have all this perpendicular parking here, and all of these driveways that lead to little garages. So obviously you can't block those. And there are tons and tons of little garages. So you have all these gaps, you're not sure until you get closer if it's an actual parking spot or if you're out of luck. So these are usually quite full. This is smart, so they did some grading up here to give it texture, because this is so steep, but if it's slippery, you'll fall on your ass. I picked up a rider when I was up here doing some rideshare for a while, a few days ago, making some extra side money, and up in Twin Peaks, which is really, really steep, over by Sutro Tower, where the big TV broadcasts come out of. There's Coit Tower right there. Speaking of tower, Coit Tower. Great view up there too. There's a whole parking area with a semi-panoramic view of the bay and the city, and all these landmarks all around the place. So really nice. Anyway, I gave the guy a ride up at Telegraph Hill, and it's really steep up there and super narrow streets where people park on either side. You can barely fit one car between them. and they're two-way streets, so you occasionally come across somebody where you're lucky if you can find a place to back up to, a driveway, something, so someone can pass. Luckily I didn't have any problems there. It was fairly slow down there, but the streets are like that alleyway right there, a little bit wider, so put a car on either side, and then you have this little narrow strip for a car to squeeze in there, and that's considered a two-lane street. It's pretty nuts. Obviously it's built around the horse and buggy days of the San Francisco, so they never made the streets any bigger. They just built buildings and, oh well, we'll live with it. So the guy kept telling me every time he goes for a walk and it's really wet and slippery from the fog or from rain, he constantly falls on his ass because they don't have textured sidewalks. Here it's a little more textured here without the cross hatching, but you can see the texture in the sidewalk. So it's a little bit grippy, but some of these smoother ones, if it's super wet and you step just wrong, you'll fall on your ass. So, also, look at this doorway window combo. Very strange. I don't know if I've seen this before or not, or at least noticed it on camera. It's a business office, but interesting interesting stuff around here. So North Beach, it's the Italian themed lighting. Up and down Grant and Green. My favorite little pizza place is already closed because their hours changed after COVID, unfortunately. Normally it'd be open until like 2, 3 in the morning. But right now they close at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, which is fucking sad. Oh, there's a Great Dane right there. That thing's fucking huge. Holy smokes. Talk about some big shits to clean up. So there's a bit of a bar scene down here, even on a night like tonight. But I think most of the coffee places closed. It kind of stinks. So this was called Grant and Green. Had Ulysses S. Grant with the money on the front because they're on the corner of Grant Green. And they totally rebuilt it, gutted it. Now it's called April Jean. Kind of a boring place. Grant Green was more of a kind of a raucous bar with live music and stuff. This is kind of a mellow hipster bar, looks like. This is a little Irish bar here, that's nice. Another popular bar called Tupelo has live music. Singer's doing his best Robert Smith impersonation. Lots of cry singing. No, 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 no. Yeah, I'd rather listen to Robert Smith than that. That's not good. It's like my dog used to wail when the sirens would go by. Wailing and howling. Oh, by the way, I was up here one night. I got here early to do some stuff, and I parked for a little while. You ever come up here, definitely heed these warnings. This fucking 7 to 8 a.m. street cleaning thing. I got a $100 ticket. Taking a short nap in my car in that 1 hour window. And they didn't wake me up. Those motherfuckers. Yeah, see, the clubs are open, but the coffee places are dead. Cafe Triesta's closed. I saw Cafe Greco's closed. That's my favorite place. Who knows? Maybe something else will be open. There's that fucking Waymo. Goddamn robot cars. They're not great drivers. And they do steal business from folks like me who occasionally like to do some rideshare and make some extra money. Should not be giving robots our jobs. Oh, here's the cheesesteak place. They're open on bar nights. Buster's cheesesteaks. So Mona Lisa's open. But then in like a place like this is normally open super late. Il Casaro Pizza has good wood fire pizza. They're closed. Normally they're open late, so Wednesday's a weird night. I don't know what's going on. So saloon is open, taqueria is open, bars, etc., etc. And sadly, the Georgian Cheese Boat is closed. One of my favorite names for a store in this place. There's a romance shop that went out of business called Sin Cherry. And here's a Waymo confused, sitting here waiting. It's so funny, you watch them come across like a tight street or tight driveway, which there are plenty up here. And it can't fucking figure out how to go around you. It just kind of freaks out and stays there. When, you know, as a human, you have to learn how to drive around tight streets around here and still not hit anybody. But it's overly cautious and it doesn't even try to do it. It just kind of freezes there and you have to figure out how to get around it. Taqueria. There's a strip club, Condor. I already told the story of this on another stream. There's another pizzeria in the corner. It's actually not Italian, it's like a Middle Eastern pizza place. Tamra. And the usual, all the seedy stuff down here. Got strip clubs. There's a Garden of Eden sex club over there. It's supposed to be a live sex club. Probably not anymore, but who knows. Hungary used to be topless bar, but as far as I know, they're closed. I never see them. Yeah, for lease. They closed a long time ago. There's the Beat Museum for Jack Kerouac and all of his cohorts, Ginsberg and all those types. Yeah, I think Garden of Eden changed to a strip club. It was a sex club where you watch people have sex on stage. I think it's converted to a plain old strip club. So the other clubs down there, bars, but definitely no coffee places. I was looking for some coffee. I think I'm SOL tonight. You don't know Jack. Well, shit. Let's go down here and see. So dead I can just cross on any street, not to worry about getting killed. Normally that's a death wish around here. There's Vesuvio. I told the story about this is Sean Penn's favorite hangout for a long time. I don't think he punched anybody here, but he did like this place a lot. Right next to Jack Kerouac Alley and City Lights Bookstore, where they sell all kinds of beat poets and writers and other local stuff. There's Devil's Acre. It's always closed when I come by here, but it's a pretty fancy bar. Very fancy. Labeled apothecary. They got all kinds of herbs and stuff on the wall. And there's a little place here called Specs is cool. It's the Adler Museum. I'm assuming he was Tosca's closed. This place is really cool, but it's so dark you can't even see it now. Nice wooden bar. Yeah, it's too dark in there. But artwork on the lots of paintings inside. Been in there several times. It's good. Even the tattoo parlor is closed. Ink Trek. Imagine Star Trek with a bunch of people with tattoos. Ink Trek. Looks like even Bing's Cocktail Lounge. No, they're still open. Cocktail. This coffee place is always closed. It's like the most sparse coffee place in the whole city. It looks like it's either not finished yet or abandoned. But it's just a funny looking place. This bakery looks really good, but I've only been by here once when it was open. Brioche Bakery. And that green building, as I've said before, that's home of Zoetrope Studios, Francis Ford Coppola, where George Lucas did some work there, as well as Coppola and a bunch of other people. It's the basically local film studio in San Francisco. And the bottom floor is a Coppola restaurant / wine bar, where they serve the Niebaum Coppola wine. They renamed the winery recently, but it was Niebaum Coppola for a while. There you go. Right next to Transamerica, and the back with the fancy top with the video playing is the Salesforce.com building. And Mr. Bing's is playing some classics. Looks like Comstock Restaurant is closed, or closing.